Hello everyone, so this is the second video of the ultimate mullet setup. We already talked about front wheel with the disc rotors. Now I'm gonna talk about here in the middle, the chainring. So this bike originally came, it has a 105, like I said in the first video. It's an old version 105 shifters. I think this is the first hydraulic brakes for road shifters. It's 505 or something, I don't know. Anyways, so what I put here, I put mountain bike crankset. This is an old version XT, back when Dior XT was 10 speed. So this is a 10 speed crankset. And why I chose it is because nowadays Shimano only, like the mountain bike cranksets, the two bike cranksets, the gap between the chain rings are 10. It's either 28-38 or 26-36, 24-34, these kind of things. And this old version, it had a 38-24. So it's a 14 tooth difference between the chain rings, which is pretty good for touring. Like when you're doing touring, you need the absolute lightest gear you can have, but sometimes you also need some speed, and this gave me. So what else did I do here? I put some spacers because the mountain bike crankset is wider than a road crankset. So the chain rings are further away from the middle of the bike, and that's not very good for chainline. And not being good for chainline, that means that my biggest cog on the cassette was I was wearing it too fast. So that's why I put these spacers here. As you can see, I put this is 1.5 millimeter space, and I put two, so I have like 3 millimeters. So basically it goes back to the position that it was originally on the road setup, on the road cassette. Okay, so that helps a lot with the chain line. What else? I put a mountain bike front derailleur, and it works pretty good with the road shifters. At the beginning I was using the 105 front derailleur, but the problem is that it was kind of hitting the frame here. The road derailleur is longer, so with this setup I can put it further up. So this derailleur is now clearing, although it's very close, but it clears the frame. It can go above the frame, as you can see, and I tried it multiple times, so it doesn't hit the frame. So and it shifts much better. It shifts much better this way. The plate here behind, it's much bigger than the road one, so it shifts much better. This is something that I wouldn't say this is a budget setup by any means, because it's a Dior XT, both the derailleur and the crankset. But you can find this on alternative options. You know, you can buy like cheaper cranksets. You don't really need a Shimano crankset, and you can also buy cheaper derailleur from other brands. This is a front derailleur, so it's not as important as the rear derailleur. The front derailleur does a much simpler job, so you can put anything you want. So you can do this on a budget. The main thing here is the spacers, and for the spacers I need to mention that I had to change the bolts. So these bolts here, these are originally from the smaller chainring, because the bolt that was here, it was very small, so I had to put a bigger bolt. I had to put like the outer of the bolt, a long one that's for two chain rings, one of those road bolts, in order to fit these spacers. These are not specific spacers, these are just like washers. normal washers. I just bought like aluminum washers. I thought it was better in terms of like tolerance. So it's much better. So that's it. I think that's it for the second video. This is the middle of the bike. Thanks for watching.